All right, let's go live. Let's go live. Come in, say hello, drop your city and or state, or just say hello. Say what's up. Represent your city and or state if you want to. We already have the countdown timer on and going, so let me share that screen as well. You all come in. Let's get into this discussion, right? Gonna have a talk about credit. Going to have a talk about credit real quick. A discussion my friend guy and I were having on this phone. Jesus, you are the first. What's going on, Jesus? My friend guy and I was having this conversation, right, about should you invest with bad credit? Specifically, should you be investing in cryptocurrency with bad credit? So I came across this video, and we are going to have that credit and cash flow conversation, right? Jesus says he finally got the notification. So as you all are coming in, let's do our do now, right? Hit the thumbs up first and foremost, especially if you are joining me on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up and share this on your YouTube channel. Share. Facebook, do the same. Hit the thumbs up and share, right? If you're watching on Periscope, you're joining in on Periscope. Pump those hearts, show some digital love, and invite your followers as well. So come on in and do those do now. And if you are new to my channel, right, I'm known in the credit world as the queen of credit because of the results that I help people get with their personal credit, right? Transitioning from bad to good, or just from good to great, and then from great to cash flowing assets, right? What good is credit, right, if you're not going to use it to get assets, right? What good is credit if you're not going to use it to get assets, right? You're not utilizing your credit. So hello, Queen, for coming in. Shantae, so you all make sure you hit like, show some digital love. Let's get into the conversation as we have 2 minutes for the 5 minutes of fame. And I think I forgot to have it strolling in. Let's get some people in the room, right? Let's get some people in the credit and cash flow room. And also, I hit 19,000 subscribers today on my YouTube channel. So thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. And again, if you are new, make sure that you subscribe. And right next to the subscription button, hit that bell notification button. So glad to hit 19,000 today. So let's get more people in as we celebrate that, right? Let's get more people in as we celebrate that. And on the end note, topic of discussion, will a Bitcoin crash come, right? Will a Bitcoin crash come? More than likely it will, but not really as many people will expect, right? So more than likely it will, but not as many people will expect. Have some things going on. Thank you for sharing on YouTube. Have some things going on tomorrow with Bitcoin, with Tether, that does involve Bitcoin. But, you know, if anyone is in this cryptocurrency game, you know that's the name of the game, right? And if you got in low, right, which was hopefully the spring of last year, then you are still positioning yourself for prosperity. You always want to invest in the red, right? Invest in the red, or buy in the red. You want to buy on the drops or buy on the dips. And a lot of people, they sit back and they watch and they get in at its all-time highs or when it's in the green. And that's not any type of way to do investing. So you sit as our boom 5 minutes of fame has ended. You sit on the sideline, right? And you wait to get in if you did not get in early. So for a lot of people, this could be a great opportunity for you, right? If Bitcoin takes a crash as predicted. And if you got in, hello, Queen, thanks for coming in. right? And if you got in anytime between the spring and even in the summer of last year, whatever happens, because I don't see it going below 20,000 again, right? So whatever happens at this point, you can just ride the roller coaster ride. So a lot of people ask me a lot of times, Queen, what do you do specifically with your cryptocurrency? Listen, there are cryptocurrencies that you can trade. If it was me personally, two of them I definitely would not trade against would be Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? I definitely would not trade against those because they are assets, not currencies, right? Assets are things that appreciate in value, not depreciate. And it can really maximize your cash. It can be crypto to your cash. But there are so many other cryptocurrencies that if people wanted to trade in order to convert that to cash, you definitely will trade. I don't have the time for trading. I have my own credit consulting business. And oftentimes I tell people, I know you have algorithms, right? Algorithms that help you trade, but so do the puppets that control the strings of even the stock market and even this crypto world, right? So I'm pretty sure that their algorithms can beat your algorithms or whatever you're working with. And so even with stocks, whether you're day trading or swing trading, you often cannot beat the creators' algorithms. So with that being said, there are a lot of cryptocurrencies that's good for trading, that have utility to them. But me personally, when it comes to Bitcoin or Ethereum, I hodl, right? I hodl, hold on for dear life, or, last 2 months sold a little bit of profits, right? But not all. So that's my personal way of doing things. However way you do it, I want the golden goose, right? I want the golden goose, not the cash cow, which is fiat currency, cash money. I want the golden goose that produces the golden eggs. I want to hold on to the assets, not trading off my assets, right? For devaluating cash, right? Devaluating cash. So let's get into the other topic, how a cash flowing millionaire did not want to use his cash, right? He wanted to have his cash into other investments, making money, but wanted to purchase this Rolls Royce, right? But wanted to continue to have his cash into investing opportunity, and decided that, hey, I'll go to the bank because they see my cash, right? They see the amount of cash reserves I have. I'm cash rich. And why this cash flowing millionaire could not leverage his cash to use the bank's money as his strategy of purchasing the Rolls Royce, because he wanted his money to continue to make money and earn a higher interest rate rather than tie it into the Rolls Royce. Now, this goes against a lot of YouTubers, or I won't say a lot of YouTubers, but some YouTubers that I hear that tell people that if you have enough cash, you don't have to use your credit, right? They inform people, if you have enough cash in the bank, you won't have to use your credit. You can get a loan. If you all have heard a YouTuber say that, put heard that in the comments, right? Put heard that in the comments. If you have heard a YouTuber say that your credit does not matter if you have the cash. If you have the cash, you can show the bank that you have the cash to use as collateral or leverage. You can get the bank's money. How many of you all have heard that? And I take a sip of this water. How many have you all have heard a YouTuber say that in particular? Well, we're going to listen to a millionaire that says otherwise, right? We will listen to this clip from this video from a millionaire that says that's not true. That won't work. I was a cash flow millionaire and I want to leverage my cash, right? But my personal credit was crap. So what would you do if you had the cash to purchase that luxury vehicle or that luxury home that you wanted, and your credit was crap, and the banks told you, nah, your personal credit is not established or it's too low. So if you've heard a YouTuber say, your credit does not matter if you have the cash, you have 6 figures in the bank. As I get the video ready and up and going, put in the comments for me, whether you're watching this live or in the replay, right? Heard that. If you heard that, put in the comments, heard that. And let's get into the video. And let's have this conversation, right? Let's have this Cashflow Millionaire. And he purchases Rolls Royce. It's a Rolls Royce Ghost. And he's showing how on average it's costing him, or the investment cost for this Rolls Royce is $24 a month. He's also going to break down how he's able to drive this Rolls Royce. If you see in the background here, you see credit 680, 770, 800. Then that's number 1 on his list, right? That's number 1 on the list. PHP agency, credit 680, 770, 800. Then number 2 is Cashflow. We talk about Cashflow. And the third, this video is Capital, right? It's Capital. Jesus, probably how you fix my credit so I can make money moves after. Okay, Jesus, you have my email. Just shoot me an email. And for you, because you've been supporting my channel, and you're a Patreon and you are my moderator, right? You don't even have to invest the $125 for the credit analysis. So just let me look at it, shoot me an email, and or just go to my website, fixmycreditandcash.com. Jesus, go to fixmycreditandcash.com and pull up your smart credit report. The link is already in fixmycreditandcash.com. You'll need the premium membership, right? So pull up your smart credit report, get the premium membership. Once you get that premium membership, just email me your login information. So that $125 for you is waived. So also I want you all, as you are coming in, to put 19K, hashtag 19K in the comments as well. 19,000 subscribers today. So 19K for the queen. So glad that subscribers are coming in. And let me read these comments before I play this video. I will not use the social security number as an identifier. I will use the EIN. I've seen his equation. Well, we're going to go with the millionaire go by, right? We're going to go because, quite frankly, this is a myth that a lot of people have, that you can just use the EIN to get approved for business credit. No, when your personal credit, again, no matter how much he's cash flowing, right? When your personal credit is not up to par, you cannot just use the EIN and get approved for business credit. That's been a myth that's been going around on social media for some months and years. That's not true. You cannot just go create an LLC and get an EIN and go to the banks and do not think they're going to look at your personal credit profile to see, because you have to understand business credit, lines of credit is going to be even higher than your personal credit, because you are getting those lines of credit or credit cards or loans for business use. So oftentimes it's going to be double or triple the approval amount of a personal credit. So they're going to look or reflect on how you use or manage or the behavior of your personal credit before they approve you, right? They're going to see how you managed a $10,000 credit card on your personal credit card before they award you with a $50,000 business credit card. This is when we come into the biblical concepts of prosperity, right? He who is faithful over the little things will be ruler over many, right? He who is faithful over the little things, right? Small things will be rulers over many. So no bank is going to approve you for business credit without analyzing and looking at and leveraging your personal credit. You may have gotten tier 1 type credit, which is department store cards, but you did not get Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover business credit without leveraging your personal credit. Chef corporations, gone. Those are not working to get business credit approval. I'm in the business credit world, I know. And what I mean by department store cards, I'm talking about you may got a Home Depot or Lowe's cards. That's also called logo cards, or you may got an Exxon gas card or Uline. That's not business credit. Those are tier 1s, level 1 department store cards that sometimes you can use your EIN. So that's not true. That's not true information. When it comes to getting business credit, lines of credit, and also business loans, right? What is a smart credit score? Kenneth, go to my website, fixmycredit and cash.com. Smart credit is the 3-tier credit report that I use to give my credit analysis, right? Well, not 3-tier. 3 credit agencies, I'm talking about tier 1 credit level, report that I use specifically to do my credit analysis, to give people the analysis of what needs to be done to improve their credit, what needs to be deleted, what needs to be disputed, what does not need to be deleted, disputed. It also comes with address removal and inquiry removal consulting as well if you need it. But the first thing that has to be done is to get an analysis on your credit report, so I can view it and see from a professional eye view of what you need, because you wouldn't believe the amount of people that dispute things on their credit report that should not be disputed, right? They just get template letters and say, oh, this account is negative, this account is negative. I've even heard people say things like, this person had a 5-year-old collection, or on still report on their credit report, or an 8-year-old collection still reporting. Well, at those, depending on whatever your financial goals are at that point, you may not even need to be disputed, because at that age it's no longer factoring in your credit report, right? Okay, Kenneth, good deal. He said he already did. Just want to know what that meant. Smart credit is just the credit analysis that I use from all 3 agencies to analyze all 3, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, from the smart credit services. Derry says, if you have the cash to buy a car brand new, why you need credit? Great question. Let's play the video. Let's find out. Let's play the video and let's find out, right?
Actually, let me show you a picture. Let me show you a picture of my Rolls Royce right now. Okay, take a look at this picture. What year do you think my Rolls Royce Ghost is? Drop it in the comment section below. What year do you think my Rolls Royce Ghost? Drop it in the comment section below. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to see, all the car experts are probably watching this, right? You probably know just by looking at the headlights. But the common person, for the folks like myself who grew up driving a bus, for the folks like myself who had a Chevy or an Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme, what year do you think this Rolls Royce Ghost is? Want to know? Drum roll, please. It's 2010. It's 2010. It's 10 years old as a recording of this video. I purchased it from a former NBA player, Raymond Felton, who played in the NBA for 14 years. He was the last owner of this vehicle. And through the car dealership, I purchased a car, Now it's in my garage. It's used to somebody else, but it's new to me. And guess what? I didn't pay $314 for it. Guess what I paid for it? Kelly Blue Book, there's many different offers. Remember, I was waiting, I was patient. That's the difference between wanting a car and then just being haphazard about being emotional about buying a car. The Blue Book was at $130. I was able to find it for $100,000 with 34,000 miles on it. I purchased a $314 value car at $100,000, less than 1/3 of the brand new car price. That's why with cars like this, it might make sense to buy used. I did. Used to somebody else is new to me. So the difference between, think about this, the difference between buying a brand new car and buying a used car, somebody goes, well, I just don't want to worry about the maintenance, Matt. Well, during the meantime, guess what? The difference between what someone who paid brand new for this, what's a brand new car payment on a $314,000 car? You're looking about a $4,000 or $5,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 car payment. I'll tell you what my car payment here is in a second. I bought a $314,000 car for $100,000. Check this out, though. This is where.
All right. So first of all, he bought a $314,000 Blue Book value Rolls Royce Ghost for $100K. Right, for $100K.
It's juicy. I recommend you read this book, How to Lower Your Taxes Big Time. Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna same book that I have. That people that join my home-based business, and I help get approved for business credit and business tax deductions. I recommend this book all of last year. And you're going to know why this all falls into part. Rashida says you can get business credit. This is not true. This is not true information. You cannot get approved for even an unsecured credit card in business without utilizing your personal credit. I don't know who you've been listening to. This is false information. It does not matter if you have tier 1 trade lines, a pay debt score, your personal credit is going to have to be leveraged. So that's not true, Rashida. I don't know if you listened to someone that told you this, old information. Now, what type of credit? You say you just did it. What type of credit card did you get? Right. This is false information. You cannot get approved for unsecured business credit cards. I help people build business credit. I know they have businesses, EINs, and long-established businesses without leveraging your personal credit. I'm not speaking of department store cards or logo cards. Just not true. I got tier 1 and then moved to what tier 2 cards did you get with just your EIN, and how long did it take you? What business cards or business loans or lines of credit do you have in your portfolio that only your EIN got, and that they did not pull your personal social security number? That is not true. Not in 2021. But if you want to believe that, if you want to believe the rainbows and sunshines and unicorns, that you can do that, then go right ahead. I'm not trying to crush anybody's dreams. If you believe in rainbows and unicorns and sunshines and whatever, daffodils, and you're telling me that you can get approved for that, do you think a bank is just going to go buy an EIN to give you their thousands of dollars when it comes to business credit? You don't think they're going to look at your personal credit portfolio to see how you're do you think you're going to be able to have a bank? First of all, just having a bankruptcy on your personal credit is going to kick you out of the system. So do you think you can be a person that manages your personal credit or wrong, and the banks are going to give you $20,000, $30 credit line? Took about a year. Okay, tell me what type of card, what type of business credit do you have at tier 2 as we continue to play this video. So here's the book. And I want you all to notice what wealthy people have in their portfolio. They have good personal credit, This is a millionaire that has cash in the bank that couldn't get money from the bank. And you all are telling me that you can just have department store cards with an EIN and you can get the bank's money, but this millionaire couldn't? You have to have good personal credit, and you definitely have to have a home-based business. Exactly, Curtis. The banks are not doing that. Your paydex score, all that does not matter for business credit. Just doesn't matter. But again, if you want to believe in unicorns, and I think you're, telling me something that I don't have firsthand knowledge about, then nah, that's not accurate. That's not accurate.
Interviewed the author Sandy Botkin about a couple years ago when Trump took over as the president, and he installed the Trump Cuts Jobs Act. And one of the sections of his book, number 5, is how to turn your car into a tax deductible gold mine. Chapter number 5. Would you like to turn your car into a tax deductible gold mine? Let me break it down how it applies to me. So I took these numbers, I ran it through my CPA, ran it through my finance guy. I said, okay, I got the credit, got the cash, I definitely have the cash flow. The weird part, I can't believe I'm saying this again. I'm a cash flow millionaire, but I didn't have the credit to buy this car.
Let's pause. A cash flow millionaire, but did not have the credit to buy this car at $100K. And Curtis, since you are live, I couldn't get any people to give me feedback or input about this earlier. Curtis, have you ever been on anyone live stream on YouTube that said, if you have enough cash, you can get the bank's money without using your personal credit? Well, this cash flow millionaire said he had enough cash. And we're going to learn why he did not want to use his cash to get this high-end Rolls Royce, right, vehicle, why he wanted to use the bank's credit or the bank's cash versus his own personal cash.
Because I didn't have it established on my credit report. It's crazy how if you don't show it on your credit report, the bank doesn't care how much money you make or how much money you have in the bank. The bank doesn't care. Listen, I can buy this car cash. Doesn't matter. If it's not on your credit report, we're not giving you the loan.
Okay, he said the banks don't care how much money you have in the bank or how much money you cash flow. If it's not on your credit report, it does not matter. We are not giving you the loan. Right?
Anyway, I decided to use this fancy strategy called OPM, other people's money. Okay?
Now, someone asked me, why would you want to use the bank's money instead of your money? Well, he's about to get into this now. OPM. Why you need to understand OPM, other people's money.
So I asked the bank, hey, cut a check for $100,000 to this dealership so I can now be the new owner of this car. Correct? Yes. So using other people's money, I use a bank. And since I didn't have any established credit with this type of loan amount, I had to put down a hefty down payment of $37,000, $37,700 to be exact. I had the capital. So instead of using my $100,000, I just took $37,700 of that, and the difference is still invested in my savings, my investments, my brokerage account, still earning me a rate of return, and more importantly, it's still liquid.
Okay, so this is why he said he didn't want to use his own money. Instead of using their $100,000, his $100K, he only had to put down $37,000 because he wanted his money to continue to work and to still be liquid, meaning liquid, easily accessible. This money I have, I don't want it tied up into this vehicle, right? I may see another investment that my money could be making for me that's giving me ROI, rate of return, a higher rate of return. These are financial education and financial literacy terms that you all need to get familiar with. And I'm gonna be honest, me and my friend guy were talking, and as Michael Jackson would say, with love, because he gives me much advice on cryptocurrency. way more knowledgeable about cryptocurrency than I am, right? So he's like my mentor when it comes to that. And, you know, he told me, he said, well, you know, the Caucasian people, they mess their credit up all the time. They mess their credit up all the time. And, you know, and they're able to still get stuff and things. And they just look at their credit and they don't care about their credit. They mess it up and 2 or 3 years later, they get loans. Or they still get approval for things. And you know what? I'm tired of people in the Black and brown community stating that lie, right? Stating that myth. Because I've looked at hundreds of thousands of credit reports and I see the bankruptcies and you have no assets to show for it. Yeah, you messed over that credit card. You did. You messed it up, as Kevin Hart brought out the video. He said it a little bit more harsh than that. You crapped that up. I ain't paying back that loan, you know. They come get this car, they can come repossess it. I'll file bankruptcy and be denied for credit for 7 years, right? But you're always in negative cash flow and you don't have any assets to show for it, just liabilities. And I'm tired of hearing that line or that saying that the Caucasian people mess up their credit all the time. They file bankruptcy. Well, you know what? Let's talk about the rich Caucasian people that use debt, like Grant Cardone, Robert Kiyosaki, right, to get assets. Let's have that other conversation. Why we're not having that conversation? Why we're not having that? I'm tired of people in the Black and brown community. And then when you ask them to give you firsthand knowledge of who this Caucasian person that they know that abused their credit can get in 2 or 3 years, that's in the air. You never get, oh, my friend, his name is Johnny Smoogersworth. Yeah, we used to work together. We talked about how he used that strategy. We talked about how he did that. No, they can't ever give you a specific name with firsthand knowledge. This is just the myth that's been floating around in the Black and brown community. You don't know what Caucasians do with their credit. And you're not in the circle with a group of Caucasian people that use their credit to leverage cash flow, because if you were, you'll stop using it as a go-to point. Deshaun asks again, why take out credit and end up paying more back when you can just use your own money and possibly pay less? Oh my God. Do I have to rewind the video? I think I do. Let me let the millionaire tell you. You know what? Sometimes when people ask me, what should I invest in if I have $1,000 or $10,000? This is why I always say a financial education. Yeah, Johnny Smoothie thing. I always say, yeah, you know, yeah, and I'm just gonna say, point blank, white people mess with their credit all the time. How do you know? And you know what? Mirror check, you're not white. You know, they do have something in credit where it's systematic racist for people, where it's red line that if you live in a certain region or zip code, or even they say they're not biased based off your color or income, research and study shows that it is. So just because Johnny can do that doesn't mean Joe can. Doesn't mean you can. Just because Johnny can do that doesn't mean you can. You don't know if Johnny's parents are rich, wealthy, or they could be low income Caucasian people. If they're not doing any better than you financially, why would you want to do what they're doing anyway? right? I do, Dean. Yes, I am. The credit key to other people's money lets you get 1 million when you can have 1,000. So, okay, so for the people that I'm teaching, right? Let's rewind the video. They're asking this. This just let me know that financial education and literacy is needed badly. If you have to ask me, why would you prefer to use the bank's money than your own cash? Let me give this scenario. I spoke with a 6-figure income earner. It's a woman. She bought a new BMW. I think it was a 7 Series, right? Cash. She was 6-figure income earner. She could have used the bank's money and got that same BMW finance at 1.9% and took her cash money and grew it at a higher percent return on her investment. Because the vehicle is depreciating anyway, so why would you put your cash into a depreciating vehicle? Use the bank's money to leverage out the depreciation in the vehicle and then go invest your money into something that can make more money. Emery Brown, thank you so much, Queen, for the $10 super chat. With the question, you would like to transfer your debt to a 0% interest rate card, but it will max out the card I'm transferring it to. What do I suggest? I suggest first that you get a timeline to see when this card has to be paid off, so you don't accumulate back interest. So it may be a 0% 12-month introductory balance transfer, maybe 15 months. See how much monthly payment, if you transfer this debt, that you will have to apply to pay the balance off at 0 before the introductory rate ends. Because if you do not pay the balance off at 0, then you're going to pay back interest or accumulate. So for 18 months. So that's the first step you need to do, right? So if it's a $10,000 debt, for example, then you know you need to be able to pay anywhere from $10,000 debt for 18 months. You only help me do the math on that. Was $10,000. Let me see. And let me just give an example. And I really don't like giving financial advice because I don't know your financial situation. I don't know the whole story, right? So if it was $500, so you need to be able to pay anywhere from $550 to maybe $600-$700 a month. It's just scenario, right? Because I don't know your financial situation. I don't like giving financial advice. So if it's a $10,000 debt for 18 months, you need to be able to pay $550 on the low end, $650 to $700 on the high end to pay it off within the introductory rate period. And then you have to look at how much interest you're paying on the loan that or credit card account that you currently have, and compare how much interest will you save, because you're also going to have like a 3% transfer rate on that balance. So if it's a $10,000 loan, then 3% will be about $300 that you're going to pay to transfer that debt. And so if you can have that paid off and set it up on automatic payments, because if you miss 1 month's payment, right, it can then void the 0% agreement, and then you can get all accumulated interest applied to that balance. So you need to make sure you have a cash flow. You need to ensure that you can pay it off either before time. At least I like, if it's 18 months, for example, I would at least say pay it off 17 months or 15 months, right? To give you some leeway. Have it set up on automatic payment. And then I would try to get the payment at the end of the month or whatever best fit. I don't know how you get paid. You can get paid monthly, weekly, or bi-weekly. But I like that 28 days rotation because I like to pay my credit cards on the statement date and not the due date. So when I set my credit card's due date on the 28th, you can call and request this, right? Then the statement date is when I set the payment on, because that's the date that it reports to your credit profile, or the credit agency's reported, and then you'll get the least amount of balance showing on your credit report. So 0% interest is a great thing if you use those strategies to do it, right? So thank you again. I hope that helped you and answer your question. So let's replay the video for the people that's asking, why would this millionaire want to use his cash to want to use the bank's money rather to purchase this Rolls Royce versus his own cash, right? Versus his own cash. What's the person that said they got the business credit card with Tier 1? I'm still waiting on her to tell me what business credit cards that was. So
This card, correct? Yes. So using other people's money, I use a bank, and since I didn't have any established credit with this type of loan amount, I had to put down a hefty down payment of $37,000, $37,700.
okay, so he said because he didn't have an established credit to get a $100,000 loan, he had to put down a larger down payment, which was $37,700. I did a live stream where Steve Harvey said he didn't have any established credit, and he wanted, I think, this $1 million house, and because he didn't have any established credit, he had to put down a larger down payment. And so he talked about how harder he had to work to get that money to put down the larger down payment because he owed so much money to the IRS. So even Jay-Z and Beyonce got the bank's money to purchase their mansion. I'm gonna see if I can find that article and pull it up. So millionaires, billionaires, all of them use the bank's money, and then this is why. OPM or other people's money, right? Or TBM, the bank's money.
To be exact, I had the capital, so instead of using my $100,000, I just took $37,700 of that, and the difference is still invested in my savings, my investments, my brokerage account, still earning me a rate of return, and more important, it's still liquid.
So he said he wanted his money to still be liquid, and he still having investing and working, earning him other rates of return that's probably higher than the interest rate for the money that he's borrowing. See, the best time to borrow money is when especially where the Fed got interest rates low and debt is cheap. And he's buying a Rolls Royce, which is an appreciating asset. They don't depreciate like other vehicles will, right? It's an appreciation.
If an opportunity came up, I got cash and capital to do it. I don't have to sell my car, take the cash, I'm selling the car, and buy whatever I needed to buy, invest whatever I needed to invest. I already got the money liquid. And my full $100,000 is deployed into this depreciating asset. Okay. So my down payment is $37,700. Oh man, that's a lot of money. You might as well buy a brand new car. I know. I could have bought a typical car, cash with this type of stuff, but I want to drive a Rolls Royce, man. So putting things into perspective, my payments on a monthly basis is $864. So I still have to pay to the bank $864. Well, Matt, you told me at the beginning of this video it's $24 a month. Let me continue. So I put a down payment of $37,700. On an annual basis, I pay to the bank $10,881, which is $864 times 12. I think it's plus a $495 licensing fee. So I'm out that year, this $48,000. Okay, well, Matt, doesn't sound like a good deal. Well, guess what? When you're building wealth, it's for the long game. And this is a part where Sandy Bakken says in his book, how to turn your car into a tax-deductible gold mine. Here's the next assumption. You cannot do this as a W-2 only employee. So if you have a job, you can't do what I'm about to share with you right now. But if you have a side business, I didn't say you have to do your business full time.
Let's stop because he's dropping a lot of jewels. The book, People My Home-Based Business, you can't do this with a W-2. You have a job. You cannot do this strategy that this millionaire is about to introduce you to. And he said you can just have a side hustle or a side business. Where I tell people when they ask me what home-based business you think I should start, I tell them straight up the one that I'm in, because they have IRS certified experts to help you with all of your 475 tax deductions that you get. So when you learn how to leverage your credit and your cash flow through especially a home-based business, because now wherever you are residing in, you get to have tax deductions, right? Which is different than a brick and mortar business.
I'm just saying, according to the IRS, they say as long as you establish some form of trade or business, you can now unlock another side of the tax code for you, because you are a generator. You are a creator of jobs. You generate revenue that can cycle throughout the community through people, through businesses. That's why we give you, IRS says, we give you significant tax break. I'm like, oh, snap, cool. And by the way, I don't have a college degree. I just happen to have common sense to talk to people a lot smarter than me. So the cool thing about this is this down payment, I can amortize. In other words, I can use the deductions of this $37,500 over a 5-year period. I think the fancy word is either a bonus depreciation or maker's deduction, MACR. So I can write this off and amortize it over 1-year period, 2-year period, 3, 4, 5. So therefore, I can deduct $7,540 the first year, $7,540 the second year, so on and so on and so on. Okay. So this I can deduct over a 5-year period of time. This top number here is what I'm paying to the bank every year. This number here is a combination of what I pay out and the deduction, the tax deduction that I can use in my tax return. In other words, you guys are thinking, okay, Matt, you paid out $11,000, but I can still use a portion of this $37,700 as a deduction in year 1, a portion of the deduction in year 2, a portion of the deduction in year 3. So my total deduction, in addition to the payment I paid to the bank, the total deduction in year 1, $18,783. Total deduction in year 2, $17,292. So on and so forth, right? Last year, $16,147 total deduction, even though on a monthly basis, I paid out $864 a month. So what does that all add up to? Here's the crazy part. Here's where it gets really, really sexy. So I paid out $37,700. I also paid out $10,444 on average per year. My total annual payments over a 5-year period totals to $50,220. $50,220. So I paid, in combination of these two amounts, I paid out a total of $87,920. That's the down payment and what I pay on a monthly basis. However, the tax deductions that I'm able to have in my tax return is $86,437. So I can deduct $86,437. And by the way, just heads up, if I haven't done so already, I'm not a tax advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. Run this through your tax professional to make sure it applies to your numbers, to your situation. The two big factors that I've been educated on through my CPA over a period of years has been bonus depreciation and Section 179 maker's depreciation. These are the two things that I've been aware of and educated to.
Bonus depreciation and maker's depreciation. So he, on average, right, is paying $24 a month for this Rolls Royce for the people that's coming in late or later on after he get his money back. He says something in his terminology called outflow. There's something else, financial literacy, you all need to get, understand outflow. You need to understand outflow. You need to understand cash flow. See, my definition of cash flow is not just another stream of income. It's money that's flowing out from you that you can get back to flow back to you. This is the Rolls Royce, goes $24 a month average by the time all of his tax deduction that he purchased. So that's why he didn't want to use his own cash, number one, because when you use the bank's money, when you use debt to invest, you get these tax deductions. When you use your cash, you don't get these tax deductions, people. If he would have went and used his $100,000 cash, 100K cash to purchase this vehicle, he would not have had any tax deductions, because when you use your cash, you don't get tax deductions. When you use the bank's money to invest, you get tax deductions. I tell people all the time that your highest tax that you don't know about or you're not aware of, this is why I have to teach financial literacy, is called inflation. When you use your cash, or depends on how you earn your cash, if you are on an employee, you're taxed anywhere from 30 to 40%. So it could take you 5 years to use your cash, and you can go to the banks and get it in 5 minutes. That's number one. That's number one why you would prefer to use your credit over cash. Because cash is a low yielding asset. It's depreciating. That means $1,000 today cannot purchase you the same as $1,000 tomorrow. So it takes you longer. This is where income comes in. How much time? See, another asset people don't analyze. How much time will it take you to accumulate the cash? And let me tell you all something, people. If you don't know what inflation is, go just window shop. We're not trying to buy anything, right? Go to a new car lot and try to purchase a brand new vehicle. I had a friend guy to tell me the other day, I tried to purchase a brand new 2020 truck, right? It was priced anywhere, starting base $60,000. That's inflation. Yes, interest rates are low than they ever been for mortgages, but the house is overpriced. So income is measured in time, right? That's number one. Income is measured in time. Cash flow and credit is measured in leverage. Cash is taxed. Debt, when used to invest in assets, is not. So would you rather have a 2% interest rate on a loan to invest in a cash flow and asset? Because this vehicle will be used for business use for him, this Rolls Royce. So would you rather have a 2 or 5% interest rate, or would you rather take time to work for that cash that's going to be taxed from 30 to 40%? Or if you're a specialist, a 1099 contractor, specialist, doctor, lawyers, dentists, you're going to be taxed anywhere from 40 to 50%. Or if you have a business, and this is usually big business, which means 500 or more employees, you're taxed at 10 or 20%. And this is why through the home-based business, you can network with thousands of people and get the same tax percentages on your money and save more money out of your paycheck. It's called hybrid entrepreneurship, that you would if you was the owner of a franchisee of a McDonald's, per se, or if you were a big business owner managing 500. This is Jeff Bezos' tax deduction. And then what they do is they build these big businesses and corporations, and then they take that money, their capital or profits, and they invest it. And when you invest it, it's even 0% tax. These are the rules and the guidelines that the rich and wealthy go by. See, President or former President Trump, Donald Trump, He doesn't pay high taxes because, number one, he does not have a job. As again, the video said, you cannot use these strategies if you're a W-2 employee or if you're a 1099 person and you don't have a business entity added to your financial portfolio. So if you're an employee, you can't use these strategies, especially if you don't have a home-based business, right? And a home-based business, people, cost less than $250 that I'm associated with. And you get credit management help and daily pay. And they teach you about land banking. So go to my website, fixmycreditandcash.com. It has a link, a tab that says business, home-based business information, right? Sean says, this has saved me thousands, how to turn your car into a tax-deductible gold mine. Page 54, Sean, I'm right here. I'm right here, page 54, Lower Your Taxes by Sandy Bakken. See, these are the people that God knows I'm glad that God sends in my live stream. I can't be asking questions. Why not use your cash? Or you can get business credit with your EIN. No, you cannot. And I have to address that stuff because people read these comments and they'll take what you say as law. And we have to debunk these myths. Here it is. Do you have the books in your house, in your apartment, in your condo, in whatever, your townhouse? Do you have these books in your library to know what the rich and wealthy do instead of telling me that white folks do this with their credit? You don't know what white folks do with their credit. What white folks are you talking about? Because everybody's books that I'm reading are white folks. And none of these books are telling me that white people abuse their credit and they come back and get more. So you invest in Bitcoin, you invest in cryptocurrency, you got the cash to go and buy that Rolls Royce. You have the cash to go out and buy that. Give me another luxury vehicle. Rolls Royce, Maserati, Porsche. What the banks tell you, and you say, well, you know what, Queen, I'm getting so much interest on having my cash sitting into Bitcoin or Ethereum or these other cryptocurrencies, right? And I would hate to lose that interest because I'm averaging maybe 20%. I had a cryptocurrency yesterday that was 30%, got up to 30% return on investment on my cash just yesterday. And I really don't want to pull my cash out and lose it gaining all of that power. So I'm just going to go out and take out this loan at 2%. And then the banks tell you, look, I don't care how much cash you have in the bank or what, et cetera, et cetera. Your personal credit is crap, and we're not giving you this loan. Buy heavy metal vehicles and trucks and get fast write-offs. Get to know gross vehicle weight. Most people don't realize the Range Rovers have gross vehicle. That's true. And that's why I said I really thought about a Jeep, but people didn't understand when I told them. I said, I'm not buying another vehicle. Whatever vehicle I get, I'm leasing it for business use, right? Or he got a great deal. He got a Rolls Royce Ghost, 100K that had only 3,200 miles on it. So that was a great deal, right? That was a great deal, and he's able to utilize that for his business tax deductions as well. So I may go with the GVW model. I just might go with the Rolls or something. I don't know. But whatever it is, it's going to be business use. I'm not buying a depreciating vehicle again, right? I own 3 of them. So I'm not, whatever I get now is going to be business use, and it's going to set me up for business tax deductions. I don't have a car note on any of my vehicles. I take that money that I used to pay in car notes and I invest it mainly into cryptocurrency. What coincidence, I just started reading this book within the last week, and here I am running across your channel. It's called The Law of Attraction, right? last week, and I am running across your channel while I need to pray and possibly take this as a sign. Do that. Law of attraction, law of universe have a way of connecting people on the same energy and wavelength together. So just make sure you subscribe to the channel, right? People love living internet fantasies. Time to right. They just want people on the internet to get on here with, again, the unicorn dreams. If you believe in unicorns, if you believe in magic. Oh, yeah. Man, you can't have bad personal credit. Just go get you an EIN. Go get you an EIN, set up an LLC. You can get approved for an EIN in 5 minutes. IRS.gov, right? Doesn't say you don't have to be a rocket science. It's just how easy an EIN is to get attained. All you gotta do is click and answer, put in your name, what type of business structure, set up that EIN connected to your business corporation. And then she didn't even go into detail about setting up business checking, getting approved for business checking. Some business checking accounts will even run your personal credit report just to get you approved to open up a business checking account with them. You can't have any bad personal business bank accounts. And now you're telling me that it's that easy for you just go get that EIN and they're going to give you thousands of dollars because you have department store cards with Home Depot, Lowe's, Uline, Grainer. No, it doesn't work like that. It does not. Right? It's a Rolls Royce Ghost Phantom. This is the type car that he had. That's the type vehicle that he had. And let me see if I can find where he's actually showing a picture of it. And how his personal credit, even though he was a Cashflow Millionaire, right? Because he didn't have any established personal credit.
Can't forget how the car sounds. Vroom, just boom. Just love it. I don't have it. My son has it. Check out this video, right? Check out this video. My son got the Lamborghini between the two of us. So a brand new Ghost starts at $314,000. Brand new Ghost starts at $314,000. So the question now is, do I buy new or do I buy used? If I ask you, let me show you a picture. Let me show you a picture of my Rolls Royce right now. Okay, take a look at this picture. What year do you think my Rolls Royce Ghost is? Drop it in the comment section below. What year do you think my Rolls Royce Ghost? Drop it in the comment section.
I love that. Black on black on black, right? Black on black on black. So I talked about Bitcoin earlier. I said it might take a crash. There's some things going on with Tether, but we expected Bitcoin to take another. And when we say crash, if you got in last year around the spring when pricing was around 3,200, which was the price in 2020, I think like in March, between 3,200 and 4,500. Right. If it are actually March 12th, I think it was like 3,800. Right. You got in at those prices. If it goes to 20K, no problem. But there are some people who they saw Bitcoin get into 36,000 and 40K, and they got in when it was in the green. First rule of investing, well, Warren Buffett said the first rule of investing is don't lose money. And the second rule is I always remember the first rule, right? But the third rule should be you never invest, especially in cryptocurrency when it's in the green. You wait till it take a drop when it's in the red, right? But people get excited, they see the gains and they feel like the fear of missing out, FOMO, and they want to get in and jump in not knowing that Bitcoin is very volatile. And you can lose up to 50% to 80% to 70%. But you have to look at your dollar cost averaging and get in when it's on the drop, on the downturn, right? Hello, everyone. G-Man, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so just look at Bitcoin tomorrow. Let's see where it's at today. The real MJ says I bought Bitcoin BTC at 800, still holding. What year did you get in at 800? It had to be like what? 2014, 15? How to hold on for dear life, right? I think Bitcoin is an asset just like Ethereum. A lot of people believe in trading against it. I mean, either you hold, you hodl. Some people the last 2 months decided to sell a little bit of the profits, but definitely it's not something I would trade. So Bitcoin still is doing good right now at 39,000. 39,000. It just took a dip before I was able to even close it up. That's just how volatile it is. It's at 38, I think. 38,800. So it did about average 3 to 5% today. Just today. So again, the home-based business, you want investments. You know, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you financial advice. Do your own due diligence, do your own research, right? Also, let me show you all this, and then we're going to log off. I do have the Queen of Coins Silver Stacking Report update and the Queen of Crypto. But I did want to show you all that this article on Beyonce and Jay-Z have financed their 88 million purchase of a sprawling contemporary mansion and Bel Air last year with a 52.8 million mortgage for Goldman Sachs. The initial fixed rate was 3.4%. It becomes adjustable starting in 2022, next year, meaning the couple will more likely have monthly payments of $200,000 from the outset. So for people that ask me why, I mean, Jay-Z and Beyonce could have bought this straight out. Right? Millionaires, billionaires always leverage other people's money. Why? Because you take out 52.8 million at 3.4% interest rate, you put your cash in something that's going to produce more, a higher rate of return. That's just like Bitcoin on last year, you know, a year's time alone, 300%. It's your cash on crypto. And then the second crypto next to it brought even a higher rate of return at 600%. At 600%. So this is why they do this. Also, if you want to be a part of physical silver, not ETFs, physical silver is still affordable right now at about $30 an ounce. The silver to gold ratio is about 85-1. That means 85 ounces of silver can purchase right now 1 ounce of gold, right? If you know anything, you've been following me, you know gold and silver constitutional is real money, and it is always used to reset the currency system. We are going through a great reset. Everything's going to be digital. Man, I watched a great video explaining it. I'm going to show you all that. We're going to end with that video. And so this is the my new Queen of Coins cover design for my Queen of Coins Silver Stacking Report. You can go on my website again, fix my credit and cash.com. You can order that physical silver so you can know what physical silver to invest in. The number 5 on my list gives you a 300%, just like what Bitcoin is giving out, rate of return. The only difference is Bitcoin is more liquidable, easier to liquidate if you need cash than what physical gold and silver may be. But it's predicted that silver, again, the ratio is 85-1. You want to invest in silver when the ratio is high, right? Because when we go through this currency reset and everything is digitalized and the ratio drops, right? Then that's the time to sell back for your capital gains. So silver is expected to go up to from anywhere to 100, as much as 200 an ounce. and predicted in the long term to up to 100,000 an ounce. Again, that's at $30 right now. $30, people. And so you got your physical silver, expected gold, physical gold, not ETFs, physical gold is expected to be at about $10,000 an ounce, because we will experience a reset. Everything will be digitalized, and even your credit, people, crypto will play a part in you getting approved for credit. And so I also came out with the Queen of Crypto, Cash to Crypto book. Same price, right? Silver gold will, yes, it can't, physical silver, make sure you have a safe place to store it, and some ammunition to protect it, right? A safe place to store it. Yeah, I wouldn't be telling too many people if you possess it that, you know, if you have it, that you do. Store it somewhere safe, have the ammo to protect it. Let's end. I thought this was a very profound video that I watched. Unbelievable. Gerald Salente dropped some jewels in this. So we're going to listen to that. We're going to call it a night for you all. So that's that Queen of Crypto. I'm still setting up the website. So you can just go there, order those reports from the website. Once your payment is received, you just get the digital download. That way you don't have to email me your name and address, and I email it to you. That's the current way that I'm doing it now. So I'm trying to do it more passively. So I'm setting up the website. So once your payment is received, boom, the digital download is available to you instantaneously. You don't have to worry about emailing me like you do now. So that's what I'm waiting on, to get that website set up. Esther said, yeah, I turn off the trade alerts for Bitcoin. It's giving me too much anxiety if I get in. Yeah, and you got to look at your trade. I mean, you trade, when you trade against Bitcoin, if you ever outright buy it, you're trading away quantities. Even when you take your capital gains, that reduces your quantities of Bitcoin owned. So if you take out capital gains now, even if it's at 40K, what would you feel like if it hits 50K in the next upcoming months, right? Or if it hit 60K or 100, you know, it's an asset. It's an asset. It's not necessarily my eyes a currency. Now, can you use it to purchase some things? Yeah, probably large purchases, but I break all of this down in my Queen of Coins, Crypto, Cash to Crypto report, right? Cash to Crypto report. My thoughts on SRP, don't really have a thoughts on it. The SEC, you know, trying to determine if it's a security or if it's a currency. If they deem it, the Security Exchange Commission, if they deem it as a security, it could be a year in court proceedings, right? It will be delisted with 5 days from now on the 19th, right? But I believe it's most definitely a part of this new not industrial revolution, I'm sorry, this new artificial intelligence revolution, this digital currency, and it will be used. And so, you know, some people are just buying or investing in what they feel like, I'm fine with this number figure, maybe been tied up for a year, but definitely it will definitely be usage for the banks, right? And cross-border transactions, because XRP is the only one that guarantees it's a lot of other cryptocurrencies that you can make fast transactions with cross-border, but XRP is the only one that guarantees that you'll receive the collateral. So it's definitely a utility coin, and it will be of use. So if you're comfortable with waiting out maybe a year, then I think that, you know, whatever you have tied into it for maybe a year till everything is, the court hearings are proceeded, that it definitely will be used. Micah, this thing is Micah, like, thank you so much. And a Patreon member. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, Queen. I really appreciate it. Emery, thank you so much again. She says this channel has been eye-opening for me, brought my credit score up, getting things in place. So glad to hear that, right? So glad to hear that. So let's end on this video. This is very eye-opening, right? I was listening to this before I decided to go live.
And by the way, there's an end game to this. And the way we see it is they're going to start doing away with all the currencies and coming up with new names for them, and they're all going to be digital. They're going to be digital. We're getting rid of them dirty dollars. You don't want to touch that crap. Oh, you're going to get the virus if you touch that dirty money. It's only been around forever. So we're going digital. Now they'll know every penny that you spent, where you spent it, who you gave it, on and on and on. So the politicians, politics, got it? Politics, many ticks could suck that money out of you. Do you think any of these people, these politicians that are closing down every place, give a damn about the people that are losing their jobs when they don't have to worry about anything because they steal our money in the name of taxes and they get their benefits, they get their money coming in, they have their health care, they got their pensions. So they're going to go digital.
You raised an interesting point when we were talking offline, and the politicians have closed down small businesses but left Costco, Walmart, and the box stores open, well, with certain restrictions. Why do you think they've done that? I mean, I don't know. There must be some sort of scientific reason as to why smaller businesses are closed down, right?
Yeah, right. Oh, they've provided all the science that we could never, ever see. Everything they're doing, again, we put out a magazine. It's usually around 90 to 100 pages a week. No ads, only facts. I was the assistant to the Secretary of the New York State Senate at 26 years old. It was the worst job I ever had, to watch grown men grovel to suck their way up to the top. Do you know who these slimy little boys and girls are? They're the people you hated in high school and college that wanted to be class president and head of the student council. They're moron, little, imbecile, arrogant people. They don't know anything. And why they let the bigs go? Did you ever hear a thing called campaign contributions? That's what morons and imbeciles call it. It's called bribes and payoffs. The bigs could get anything. Hey, the big banks, they're too big to fail. You could go screw yourself. Oh, they're too big to jail. But listen, if you break that curfew, the commie COVID cops are going to come out and get you. Hey, but how about that JP Morgan Chase gang? You know, the ones that rigged the precious metals market and just got fined $900 million for. Oh, yeah, that's all right.
This is another reason why gold and silver has been suppressed. The Department of Justice, the DOJ, had convictions from JP Morgan in 2020. They possessed 38% of the world's population for silver. They had 350 million ounces of silver, right? Now, the highest silver has ever been was in 2011. It was $50 an ounce. Silver has been suppressed by JP Morgan. This is what he's referring to. That conviction, came last year in 2020 for the Department of Justice. Another reason why silver and gold, along with cryptocurrency, will excel and explode this year, right?
Let them pay a little couple of pennies. They've been doing this for years. They screwed how many people had invested in this? They could get away with it. They don't have to. But we, the little people of Slavelandia, we get fined to the hardest degree of the law. That's why the bigs are allowed to do anything, because we've been sold out. What is going on now, again, we only put the facts in the magazine. Not one scintilla of scientific evidence for them to be doing what they're doing. And these stupid masks that everybody wears, anybody could read the box. These masks do not eliminate exposure to any risk of any disease or infection. All right. So what they do? Oh, hey, I'm in Italy. You have to be 1 meter apart. Well, I'm in France. You have to be 1.3 meters apart. I'm in the United States. You must be 6 feet apart. Hey, the wind's blowing everywhere when you're outside. Oh, and when you sit down in a restaurant, when they allow you to open, you're allowed to eat without a mask on. But when you stand up, you must put that mask on. How about go screw yourself? These are the same imbeciles that had me as a kid hiding under a desk in case an atom bomb went off. Like that was going to save my life.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stop it there. Like he said, they're telling you to get 6 feet apart, 3 feet apart, and the wind is blowing everywhere. That doesn't matter how many feet apart you are. And have you ever noticed that you don't buy the box, right? When you wear those masks, you don't see the writings on the box. They usually just have them in plastic paper coverings, so you can't see the underlying disclaimer. So hey, all of this is a part, right? Again, in 2019, in September the 16th, the banks went broke, right? Feds had to bail them out. It's called repo overnight. And then December, all of a sudden, we have something that they say appeared that's hurting the economy. And they released 5G to push this digital wallets to cryptocurrency. You need that power to push that. But in doing so, it brings strong radiation. Your skin is the largest organ on your body. So when you're exposed to that powerful radiation, it's like being in the microwave 24 hours a day. So protect yourself against radiation. Do your research, do your due diligence. I wear copper bracelets, tourmaline, bracelets, things from the earth, nature, God's way of healing, right? Health and healing, get your sunlight, get your vitamin D, and please, by all means, God's have provided the trees and plants, get your oxygen, right? Get your oxygen, exercise, any bad health habits that you may have, stop from smoking, overweight, start eating healthier, right? A lot of people start January in the Christianity world with the Daniel's fast. That would not be a bad decision. Get your health up, get your diabetes, high blood pressure, things of that nature, get it under control. Exercise, breathe in healthy, get your God's minerals in you and God's oxygen in you, right? Banks ain't loyal, we're going digital. We're going digital, as Gerald Salente said. So if you all want to watch that video in its entirety, I shared the link here in the live chat. I'm logging off. I really, really love this. Yes, Sean, the vitamin D though from the sunlight, right? Vitamin D from the sunlight. So here's to your health and wealth, your peace and prosperity, your credit, crypto, cash flow. Hey, been a great live stream. You are queen of credit out. Have a great, great night. Make sure you subscribe, right? Sleep in peace tonight. And right next to the subscribe button, hit that bell notification because I always do impromptu live stream. And again, thanks for all of my subscribers. I hit 19,000 today. All right, thanks for the 19,000 subscribers. You all have a great night.